Hi, welcome to the masterclass. This is the much awaited masterclass and the first ever masterclass. I'm so happy to have you here. So let us jump right into the learnings of today. So today we're going to start with the why. All of you know that if you begin with the why, everything becomes much more powerful. And you might have heard of the quote, once you know the why, the how is figure outable. So knowing about the why. So what are the reasons for hair fall and why is it important to know what are the reasons for hair fall? Because unless you establish the reason for your hair fall, it is absolutely not possible to find the right treatment for it. Remember, I use the word right, not good, because we're not here looking for a good treatment. We are here looking for a right treatment. And what is the right treatment? The right treatment is what solves your problem, what corrects your deficiency in the body or your incorrect ways of lifestyle in your body, and what helps treat any concern of yours. Right now we talking about hair loss. So we understood why the why is important, and it is always important to remember. Let us use this masterclass as a beginning to look at life more powerfully and to always ask a simple why. And once we connect to the why powerfully, I think the journey becomes a lot more powerful. This is my personal experience. Now I want to start by telling you that we need to start with some amount of acceptance, because everybody has a particular genetic disposition. So if I have always had shoulder length hair, no matter what I do, I will not be able to grow waist length hair. If my hair quality is average to thin, I will have to only aim to be the best version of myself. It will not be possible that I try to ape somebody else and I constantly want to have hair like somebody else. We all know that each one of us is beautiful and we need to just be the best version of ourselves. Here I say that disown your fears by owning your flaws. You are beautiful with your flaws. Accept yourself with your flaws, and that's the easiest way to disown your fears and be the best version of yourself. So here, in relation to hair, each one has a genetic predisposition. Each one loses a certain number of hair genetically. Each one has a hair cycle. If you have any more questions on this, yes, I will answer them. But then right now I'm keeping it short and simple, and I'm just telling you that there is a way each one of us ages, and if as a result of aging we start seeing hair thinning, we need to understand that every body is different, everybody has a different genetic predisposition, and we cannot say that I am doing exactly what my friend is doing, but why am I getting different results from her. Many times we do notice this, especially you might have noticed in putting on or losing weight. Some of you do the same things that your friends are doing and still put on weight while she doesn't put on weight. So we have to accept our genetic disposition, and once we accept it, we will know what is it that we can do to, in spite of our genetic disposition, get good results. Now coming to the other reasons for hair loss, the main reasons for hair loss. So genetic disposition is something we cannot do much about. It is in the acceptance zone. So we will not be talking much about it henceforth, because we will be talking about the things which we can control and not be brooding about the things which we cannot control. So coming to the nutritional part, राइट दिस डाउन. न्यूट्रिशनल इज़ नॉट मैं तो अच्छा खाती हूँ, मैं तो घर का खाती हूँ, मैं तो सब सब्ज़ी खाती हूँ, मैं तो सिंपल खाना खाती हूँ. Yes, you may be doing all that and you may still have a nutritional deficiency. So having nutritious food is much more than eating simple ghar ka khana. It is about having some kind of information about macronutrients, micronutrients, and even trace elements. So we will be having a whole week on nutrition, because I do understand that all of you are proactive, ambitious, and all of you want to be awesome inside out. So all of you understand the importance of nutrition, and all of you, many of you are in this course because you want to have a lot of questions about nutrition answered, and I will love to do it for you. But right now I just want you to know that nutritional hair loss in women especially, very very common, even in those women who think that they're eating everything healthy, even in those women who think that they're taking a general multivitamin. In spite of that, they could have a nutritional hair loss because there are too many elements which comprise of the optimum nutrition, and many times we are lacking in one or the other. Also, there's a very important concept that deficiency is different from insufficiency. So you may be well, you may not be ill, but illness का opposite is not wellness, illness का opposite is no illness. And what we are talking when we are talking about really healthy hair, we talking about wellness. So more about this concept, I will share some videos about this concept on our FB page, on our WhatsApp videos, so that you get more clarity on it. But right now you need to know that there is more to nutrition than you think, and many people have nutrition deficiencies because of which they're losing hair. Now the second one, the second commonest, the most common I would say, especially in females, is nutritional deficiency. Then as we move ahead, we need to talk about dandruff. Very very common. Every day if you go on social media, somebody or the other is saying, I just can't get rid of my dandruff, what do I use? And so many people are giving so many advices, and this just goes so on and so forth. So dandruff is a very important reason for hair fall, and here I am going to teach you in this masterclass in a complete module how you can absolutely get freedom from dandruff, not just right now, but how you can maintain that freedom for the years to come. And I'm going to teach you to do this without any complicated methods, and I'm going to make sure that you don't use steroids to treat your dandruff, because yes, this we will be discussing again. No using steroids to treat anything. Yes, over a small period of time, as a start off, many doctors do prescribe, but otherwise better to stay away from steroids for multiple reasons. So dandruff, here I will be making you aware of the different types of dandruff, like a seborrheic dermatitis or psoriasis, which look like dandruff but they are not dandruff. We will be talking about them. Maybe you don't have enough knowledge of these and you may be suffering from one of these conditions, mild to moderate, and mistaking it for dandruff, and that could be the reason why you haven't got the results that you desire and you deserve. Also, if you have seasonal dandruff, or many of us are doctors on this platform, so if you're treating hair loss and your client has seasonal dandruff and it says not really, maybe, very rarely, kabhi kabhi, even if you get these kind of responses, I think to powerfully treat hair loss, we need to completely get rid of the dandruff. So even seasonal dandruff is a no-no. Even once in a while dandruff, it is possible to treat, and it is important to treat according to me, because making the body nutritious, doing so many things and then losing hair because of something as mundane and silly as dandruff, I think we shouldn't be doing that. Also, some people say, not really, I don't see any flakes falling, I don't know if I have dandruff. In that case, I ask a question asking them, is your scalp itchy? And even if they say yes, my scalp is itchy, then I know that maybe they do have a scalp irritation, something like dandruff. I treat it like I treat a dandruff. Most of the times the itchiness of the scalp, the hypersensitivity of the scalp goes down, and they do see that their hair fall is significantly reduced. Now coming to the other thing which a lot of people in this group would want to know, which is hormonal. So in hormonal, the most common is PCOD or PCOS, called as polycystic ovarian syndrome or polycystic ovarian disease. It's become a household name now because so many people are suffering from this, and biggest reason why this occurs is a lifestyle problem. And the things that we need to know about PCOD and PCOS is that it is seen only in the reproductive age. So if there is somebody who's menopausal, who's completed their periods and who's in their 50s and is having hair fall, they need not bother about PCOD, PCOS. It can be mild to moderate, and it is one of the leading reasons of hair fall. It not only causes hair fall, but it hampers the regrowth of hair, because of which there is significant hair thinning. and people with PCOD are struggling with their personality, because there are multiple ups and downs. The hormones keep on moving up and down. So we will touch upon PCOD, PCOS. We will share 5 secrets to control PCOD, PCOS, but otherwise it is so extensive that it can be a complete master class in itself. So we will do our bit, and if any of you think that you are suffering from PCOD, PCOS and you want me to help you directly on this, you're welcome to get in touch with me. I'll make sure that you get powerful strategies to control your PCOD and PCOS. Now, another thing that we need to understand is when you're perimenopausal, which means your periods are going away, at that period of time, a lot of people do see hair fall, which is on and off, which is uncontrollable. So one has to always understand what phase of life. That is the reason knowing the age of a client is very important to us, because according to the age, the rejuvenation of the client is different, and also the hormonal status of the client is different. So we feel that periods एक महीना चला जाता है, but here it is important to know that okay, एक महीना चला जाता होगा, but the whole body is coping with the hormonal changes for 18 months to even 3 years. For some people it is simple, and some people have a lot of extra bleeding and a lot of mood swings and a lot of hormonal upheavals. So then we will be also talking about perimenopausal. It is simple to treat once you have understood that these are the factors which are causing this hair loss. So right now, as we continue this conversation, I'm sure you must be getting a lot of clarity about why it is important to know the reason, because of course, what to expect, how soon will we be able to help ourselves or a client, what to promise the client, what other psychological factors need to be taken care of. All these things get very, very clear once you understand the reason for the hair fall. Thyroid, not so common, but yes, thyroid can cause hair fall, and one must know that if somebody says कि मुझे थायराइड है या मैं थायराइड पेशेंट हूँ, मैं हमेशा उनसे ये पूछती हूँ कि is your thyroid level under control? So this is a very important question to ask your client or yourself. So if you have a thyroid imbalance but you are taking a tablet for thyroid and your thyroid is under control and you're still losing hair, here you need to understand that if your thyroid is under control, then thyroid is not the reason for your hair fall. I think you have now got this very, very clearly. If you have managed to keep it under control, then that cannot be the reason for your hair fall. Then you're just blaming your thyroid and allowing yourself to lose hair. Then there is some other factor which we can delve into. So we spoke about the perimenopausal, we spoke about the PCOD or PCOS, and we spoke about the thyroid, where we said it could be hyperthyroid or hypothyroid. Hypothyroid is the more common one. So now we come to the reason number 4, which is incorrect products or wrong usage. So people are using products not right for their hair type. They're using a shampoo which over cleanse. They're using a conditioner which weighs them down. They are using conditioner on the scalp. They are not leaving dandruff shampoo enough contact time for the actives in the dandruff shampoo to act. They are washing their hair with very hot water. They are washing their hair too frequently. There are people who are using anti-dandruff shampoo only once a week. So then either the product is wrong or the product is used incorrectly. So we have an entire module on this, but I hope you get the gist, and I right now want to introduce these topics to you so that you start taking notes about what products you are using and how you are using them, so that as we go along with this conversation, you will exactly know what are those few things you're doing wrong, and when you do them correctly without changing too many things that you're already doing, you will still get the results. And the last one, which we all know, is hereditary, which is also known as genetic, more commonly seen in men, where when they grow 15, 16, 17 years, they start losing hair, and which is also known as alopecia. You might have heard of it very commonly. So boys who lose hair and start seeing thinning of hair, when we meet them, we know that अरे इसके तो बाल जा रहे हैं, अरे ये तो टकला हो रहा है. So we're talking about that kind of a hair loss which is genetic or hereditary. It runs in the families. Important for you to know that not necessary it's only from the father. The father may have a good head of hair, but the mama, the mother's brother, may not have a good head of hair, or the mother's father, nana ji, may not have. So it's not necessary that it would come only from the father. It can come from the mother's side, but since the mother doesn't have the same hormones as a guy, the mother may not lose hair, but somebody in the mother's family may lose hair. So many times it is from the mother's side. In fact, in my experience, I've seen that it's more commonly from the mother's side. Contrary to the belief that you people have, that hereditary or genetic hair loss must be very difficult to treat, I will definitely cover it. It's a very important topic. It's very easy to treat because many times it's not multifactorial like the other causes. It is very straight that this is the problem, why the person is losing hair, and when the problem is so well defined, there is a solution. Now we come to the disempowering lifestyle. So I have put 5 as the main. The accepting the way we age, accepting a genetic predisposition, which and disempowering lifestyle, these two things I've put at the fag ends because these can be controlled to a very small extent. The genetic has to be controlled by just accepting it and taking it in our stride, and the disempowering lifestyle, yes, we can control it, but then we can't beat ourselves or we can't blame ourselves for not being able to control it always. So I would rather work on the other 5 factors, make you really powerful on the inside, make your cells really healthy on the inside, so that the other 5 factors are so strong that these 2 factors are not affecting you too much. But having said that, aging is a very importantly dependent on the lifestyle you live. So we will be talking about how to have an empowering lifestyle, but at the same time a small gentle reminder for you that do not blame yourself or do not take stress for yourself for not living a healthy lifestyle, because stress is one of the most important causes of hair loss. So having completed the 5 reasons for hair loss, this is your first chapter of the Healthy Hair Forever Masterclass. And now the question for you, I will be sending you 10 questions that I want you to answer. But right now, because you heard this video, I want you to just ask yourself what could be the reason or the reasons, because not necessarily it's just one reason, it could be a combination of reasons. So what do you think could be the reason or reasons for your hair fall? It'll be really nice if you write on the Facebook page, so that we all understand how much we have understood, and I can structure my content, add new modules according to your understanding. So this is a two-way course. Any questions, write to me. I hope you got some clarity with this. This is just the beginning. It's going to get very useful and interesting very soon. Have an incredible day.